Here we have a story that I'm sure conservatives and Republicans and Tea Party operatives will support. From Mediaite, quote, police violence against minorities has been in the national spotlight in the past few months, and a group of African Americans in Dallas have responded in the most Texas way possible by forming the Huey P. Newton Gun Club, an open carry group that goes around in public bearing the same semi-automatic weaponry as their fellow open carry advocates protesting police brutality. So, apparently, in just the Dallas area, about 70 people have been killed by cops in the last 10 years. That's quite a high number, if I don't say so myself. So black people decided to protest the exact same way that people in the NRA protest, that people in Gun Owners of America protest, and other patriot and militia groups, man, where they walk around carrying their weapons outside, and they look around like, what? Are you guys scared? Are you upset? Are you worried? I'm just exercising my Second Amendment rights here. Now, let me be clear about something. See, I'm consistent on this. I don't think it's ever a good idea for a citizen to carry around a semi-automatic weapon in public. That would scare the shit out of me. I don't feel more safe in that scenario, and the statistics show it's not more guns equals more peace. It's more guns equals more gun violence. If you have a problem with that, take it up with Harvard and the researchers over there. Not with me. I didn't say it. They said it. I'm a medium for the information, okay? So I'm against it in all cases. I just don't think that's a good idea. People in Europe look at us like, you know, our heads are up our asses when we do shit like this. So like, really? Are you guys serious? Like, what the fuck's going on here? You're just going to carry that outside. The police in a lot of places in Europe carry billy clubs. I was going to say billy goats, but they don't carry billy goats. They carry billy clubs. So, but our citizens here are like walking around with these tremendous guns. What's next? Like anti-aircraft missiles on a backpack. They walk around with it. Chemical weapons, biological weapons in a vial as they walk around. It's just madness. So what are you going to carry around, a grenade launcher? So I'm consistent. The conservatives, on the other hand, see, this is interesting, isn't it? Because when it's white people who are members of a patriot militia or a Confederate group or, you know, any Texas group or Gun Owners of America or certain chapters of the NRA, they love the Constitution, they love freedom, they love states' rights, Second Amendment, 10th Amendment, yeah. But when it's a bunch of black people dressed in all black doing the exact same thing and they're saying, look, this is to show our Second Amendment rights and protest police violence against black people, shh, I haven't seen the segments in conservative media praising this yet. I haven't seen it. Is it going to come? What do you think? See, that's the thing, man. I like to pride myself on consistency. I like to pride myself on this idea that forget who's doing X. If you're for X, be for X. If you're against X, be against X. And look, that's not to say that there isn't, you know, some level of this sort of hypocrisy and inconsistency on the left on some issues. There is. You know, I think whenever I see a lot of progressive pundits will praise drug use endlessly if it's marijuana or drugs that they like. But then the second it's a drug that they're not in favor of, some sort of pharmaceutical pill or some, you know, Vicodin or anything that, as Bill Maher would say, is cut and pasted in a lab. Now all of a sudden, oh, well, no, we should regulate that. We should really get on top of that. Ban that. Don't allow that. This is a scourge. This is an epidemic. So there's some inconsistency on the left, too. It's just not as much as on the right and not as often as on the right. And when you see an issue like this, it smacks you in the face. Now, is there still a chance that some people on the right will come out and say, you know what, we support this because we support the Second Amendment. They're doing their Second Amendment rights, even though that's a gross perversion and that's not really what your Second Amendment rights are about. Will some of them say it? Maybe. Absolutely. There's certainly a chance of that. But are all of the people who beforehand praise the people carrying guns in the street, are they all going to come out and say, I love it when black people do it too? No, they're not going to do it. You know, this reminds me, there was a debate one time, I think it was between Tavis Smiley and Bill O'Reilly, and, you know, I forget what the exact situation was. It might have been police brutality or some racist thing happened, and Tavis Smiley made the argument, Bill, I've seen you argue, for gun rights in many circumstances, but in this case, why are you not arguing in favor of the entire black community being armed to prevent the violence being done against them? And Bill O'Reilly said something along the lines of, well, let's not be radical here. So in other words, if it's law-abiding citizens and they're white, then go ahead, carry the guns, and it's cool. But if they're law-abiding citizens or not, or it doesn't even matter, if they're black, not going to say much about it.